is like Limp Bizkit meets symphonic metal meets techno dance. Like that's about the only way I can and meets pop. It's the only way I can like their songs just go from one extreme to the other. So like for some of you guys, you might not like the growl vocals, especially female growl vocals. I don't mind it. There's some people can pull it off. Some people like what do you call her, Liz White Gloves or whatever. Yeah, she can pull it off. You know, with you know, Arch Enemy. That yeah, I don't listen to that band that much. They're great, but you know, I'm not satanic, so I don't really like. I'll catch a couple of tunes, but like she's probably the number one with the growl vocals. There's a couple other ones that are really good, and it's like I'll listen to it. And it's like either they pull it off or they don't, right? And this girl, she pulls it off. She pulls it off quite well. So now, if you're not into that sort of music, here's what I'm going to say. Here's the caveat, okay? Listen to the whole thing, you know, just turn down the volume if you don't really like the music, but watch the storyline. Try to listen to the words the best you can and watch the storyline. I go through all 6 of them, but number 5, chapter 5 is Venom, right? And Amber's is chapter 6, and I forget the rest of them. There's one called Oblivion, I can't remember if that's 3 or 4 or whatever. But you start off at chapter 1, and when you get to chapter 5, okay, watch the video, the official video, but then watch the walk and open air live version of that from 2024. It just came out, so it should be easy to find. You're gonna freak how good these people are. The one guitar player, he cracks me up. It's like he'd be a dangerous man to be on stage with because he's like spinning around, he's jumping around, he's like hopping all over the place. It's like it's awesome, you know. Like I love stagemanship like that. But anyway, the cool part is like the song itself has a really dark. It's the gist of the song. I don't know if I should. Well, yeah, okay. I'll spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear it, you might want to shut off the rest of the video because I'll ruin it for you. But anyway, the gist of the story is, like I say, the love of her life gets murdered. He gets stabbed to death. I'll just leave that at that. I'll just leave that. You know, no comment on what's going on in the world today, but he just gets stabbed to death, right? And this is a Greek. The band's like she's British, but like it's Spaniards and Greeks, right? So yeah, I'll leave it at that. So I don't know if this is like culturally relevant or by accident, or if it you know, like it's just like, okay, no, here's the story. But anyway, it's her like going through the anguish of basically losing the love of her life. But chapter 5 is really interesting. I won't tell you what happens in chapter 5, but chapter 5 is like, oh, that's good. Really well done. And chapter 6 will break your heart. But the music, oh my god, like it's like 5 songs in one. It's so busy, especially Venom. Venom is probably my favorite song from them so far. So I started listening to some of their older stuff, and it's good. Their older stuff is good, but there's something about having a storyline, right? And the concept is what I want to do with Triple Hammer, but not only mine's a peasant who gets kidnapped by aliens and taken away from the love of his life, and he's trying to get back to his own time. You know, something totally realistic. But, you know, it's going to be like, that one's going to take you through, you know, 30 songs of emotion. It's going to be up, down. There's going to be funny stuff. There's going to be, you know, and you know, if I can ever afford to film the videos for that, you're going to love it. You know, and I'm trying to, that's why I'm starting with Plague Doctor, which I might record again now that I got my double bass drum pedal. I've got version 1, which is okay. Version 2, I think, is a little bit better, but I don't have the vocals to it yet. And now version 3, if I do it with the double bass drum pedal, I need to spend another week or so on the double bass drum pedal. But I was looking at, and we'll get into Eleni Nota in a second here, the drummer. I want to talk about her because that's fascinating. But anyway, double bass drum pedal. I think I spent the whole weekend tuning my drums. I still got to fine tune them a little bit more, and because I found my drums were tuned too high. They were 8 months or 7 months, almost 7.5 months of owning this drum kit, and it really wasn't out of tune. Like the Mapex drums stay in tune really well. And I got the cheap UT, what's it called? Not Emperor. Is it Emperor? Yeah, Emperor UT. Like the base model. Cheapest skins that are on every drum kit. And they sound okay. Like they sound okay. They just don't sound great. They're single ply. Blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And I think I'm going to try some hydraulics, Evans hydraulics, because I think those things will do the lowest tuning, and they already got the dampening built into them. I have no dampening on my drums current, but like for the first year, I'm just focusing on playing. But anyway, I got my double drum bass pedal. I'm on my third tweak of it. I was pretty close on the second tweak, but I watched one of my videos. Okay, yeah, the timing's out and stuff like that, but I got that pedal like freaking slinging for about 5 minutes straight, and I've maybe put about 45 minutes onto it, and I love the pedal, guys. I wanted to get it right from the get-go, but they didn't have it in stock, and I was well above the budget I wanted to do in February there. So it's like, okay, now I can do it. And if all goes according to plan, I might even pay this thing off this month. So meaning I'll zero up my credit card again. But I do have another purchase that I'm going to probably make by the end of the month, and then after that, that's kind of it for like toys. But I got a couple of toys this year. But the double bass drum pedal, that thing is going to keep me entertained for a long time, and busy, very busy. So anyway, you guys know, okay, my drum kit. I'll make another video for L&E Nota. Yeah. But anyway, definitely check out the Ankor. Like, watch chapters 1 to 6. I don't know when chapter 7 will come in. I don't know how many chapters it's going to be. Okay, watch them in order. You have to go on the Ankor website, YouTube page to find it. But track your way back to, because if not, the story's not going to make sense. Because once you follow it in line, it's like, oh, okay, I get what's going on. You know what I mean? If not, I mean, they're still good songs. It's just to make sense of what's going on. So anyway, long story short, start with 1, work your way to 6 parts, chapter 1 to chapter 6. Headphones on as loud as you can stand it, lights out, full screen, enjoy. And if you're not into that music, what I would ask of you, even if you don't like that kind of music, just turn it down, whatever, and watch the storyline. And start to finish. Don't pause and stuff like that. Watch the whole thing, and then if you're not sure what happened, watch it again, then move on to the next chapter, because then you get the full effect. And then when you get to Venom,